Hey there, friends. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Saturday. I hope everybody having a solid weekend out there. It's your boy Pharaoh here, bringing you your 2024 NXT Vengeance Day pay-per-view prediction video. Your boy is going to be there tomorrow night at the F&M Bank Arena. They just built that place last year, 20 minutes from my apartment in downtown Clarksville, Tennessee. I actually used to DJ like 10 minutes from this venue. So super cool. It's going to be a good night tomorrow night. Got to remember to leave the house a little bit early and avoid traffic and long lines because downtown is small, and the way they built this arena, there's no parking as far as I'm aware. So I'm just going to take a lift and get down there hopefully as safely and as timely as possible. And speaking of timely, we're going to make this timely. I know you guys got weekend plans going on. Some of you guys got college basketball you're watching today. I was going to originally, but I don't have CBS on Sling TV, so I can't. But go Tigers. Big Memphis. But the subject of today's video is NXT Vengeance Day. I'm going to give you the rundown of the card. 6 matches announced for the card right now. Nothing says to be a pre-show match. Again, card always could be subject to change, but there's 3 championship bouts announced. The Men's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Finals. We have a mixed tag match on the card and a no disqualification match. So let's go ahead and get into it. The no DQ match will be between Dijak and Joe Gacy. This is going to be a wild one for sure. Hell, may even sprawl out into the stands where I'm sitting. I might get my money's worth up close and personal. But I have Dijak Pig to win this one. I expect big things from this dude in 2024. Hopefully he can make the jump to the main roster again and actually do something more meaningful than that, what was it, Retribution group he was in. That was a waste of everyone's time in that group. But Dijak's been doing better things in NXT. Shawn Michaels has given big praise to Dijak. So I'm going to give Dijak to win over Joe Gacy. I just don't really get Joe Gacy. I know he has he's a former CZW champion, whatever that means. And I know, I'm sorry to all the CZW fans out there, all 4 of you. I apologize, no offense. Up next, mixed tag team match. The Family, Tony D'Angelo, Channing Lorenzo, and Adriana Rizzo. My apologies if I mispronounced her name, and my apologies for the next people I might mispronounce their names. But I'll learn them tomorrow night, that's for sure. OTM, Lucian Price, and Bronco Nima? My apologies if I butchered those names. And Jadia Parker, mixed tag match. I'm just going to go with the Family because I'm more familiarized with them, Tony D'Angelo and crew. I could possibly see later this year Tony D'Angelo making the call to the main roster. So I'm going to give Tony D and his crew the win. Up next, men's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Finals. We have Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker versus Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. I know the building is going to be electric tomorrow night for Trick Williams. There's going to be loud whoop that Trick chants. It's going to make me feel like I'm back home in Memphis at the FedEx Forum. But alas, I'm not. As far as this one goes, Trick Williams is doing double duty. I have a bad feeling for Trick Williams tomorrow night. I think that he and Hayes are going to drop the L on this one. Corbin and Breaker are going to win this. And, Braun Breaker, got to speak about him. He had an excellent showing in the Royal Rumble. I really enjoyed what he did. I guess by all accounts, that was originally the spot that Brock Lesnar was going to be in until, the PP allegations, if you will. But we'll talk about that some other time. Up next, North American Championship match, Oba Femi versus Dragon Lee. Femi defending the championship. I don't see Dragon Lee getting it back. I think Dragon Lee will be a full-time main roster member no later than after WrestleMania 40. So I'm giving Oba Femi the win on this one. And he'll probably go on to have a solid North American Championship run. It's still early, but I got faith in the guy, so we'll see where that goes. This match, these next 2 matches, I'm very, very, very excited to go see. The NXT Women's Championship, Lyra Valkyria defends against a former NXT Women's Champion in Roxanne Perez. We saw Roxanne Perez also show up and show out in the Women's Royal Rumble match. I spoke about that in my Rumble review. I talked about how I enjoyed the Women's Royal Rumble this year more so than the men's. I understand there were some clunkier spots and that which could have took you out of the match, but as far as the surprises and stuff, it made it more enjoyable. And Roxanne was one of those surprises in the match. Maybe not to some, but to me she was, and that was good to see. I think she is main roster bound too. She's been in NXT for a handful of years. Before that, she was a women's champion in Ring of Honor and trained with Booker T. Booker T's been very high on her, but unfortunately tomorrow night I don't see Roxanne getting the belt back. Lyra going to retain and roll on to defend against her next challenger at Stand and Deliver, which is going to be the WrestleMania weekend show or WrestleMania week show. I believe it'll be at Friday. And of course, what will be the main event, the NXT Championship, Ilya Dragunov defending against Trick Williams. Again, Trick Williams doing double duty tomorrow night. I have Ilya going to win. And somehow I feel like Carmelo Hayes is going to factor into the match somehow. Or either Trick loses, he and Ilya shake hands. You may have Carmelo and Trick's corner, or Carmelo comes out after the match. You have Ilya leave to go to the back, and then boom, Carmelo turns on Trick Williams. That sets up a match for them at NXT Stand and Deliver in 2 months' time. So, friends, that is it for this prediction video. Short, sweet, to the point. I hope you enjoyed today. I will be back with a review of the show more than likely Monday. I'll also put out more and more videos, some during the show, some after, and some further after, of just the experience. Again, in all my years of watching pro wrestling, watching WWE, of being a fan, of loving it, through the highs, the lows, and everywhere in between, I have never been to an official WWE event. So with this being 20 minutes from my apartment, snappy little pick up a Lyft or an Uber, get down there, very excited to go. And it's crazy. I'm going to my first WWE event that, in a historic time period, no McMahon works for the company. So it's a little tidbit info there too. But I can't wait, and I will catch you guys on the next one.